Come on.
That's where they're burying your aunt tomorrow?
Yeah, my aunt. That's where they're burying my aunt tomorrow. Okay. This is my great-grandfather, Adair. My grandmother, Truman, was probably one of the first that died. She had brain cancer. This was one of the people that lived a couple of blocks up from me. He was one of the first cancer patients that died in the 1950s. He died of throat cancer. He died of cancer. She died of cancer. Liver cancer, lived next to the school. That's Marion Terry and his wife, Leona. Both of them dead from cancer. 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 Liver cancer. He died of cancer. They died of cancer, both of them. Cancer. Both of them. Cancer. Cancer. Nephew, Byron, cancer. He was mayor of Enterprise when he died from colon cancer. That's her sister, cancer. Well, yeah, it's not exactly a good way to end the day. Just looking at names and faces and remembering some and remembering the pain and that I know they went through and knowing why, and then it's all right to deal with the issue, but that's one thing. And when you get into the personal side of it, it starts to hurt.
St. George was a sleepy little community of about 4,800 people, and all that they were told was that there was going to be a religious extravaganza filmed in the area, and they were asked to keep it quiet, probably because Howard Hughes was behind it all, and Dick Powell, famous actor, was going to be the director. Well, little did they know that they would have one of the biggest productions ever made in Utah up to that time, with a $6 million budget, starring the incomparable John Wayne. But they got more than they bargained for. They got a lot of money, they got a lot of fame, and then soon they garnered considerable notoriety as above-ground testing became associated with the Conqueror.
We watched the bombs go off all the time. We were encouraged to watch history being made. The radio stations would sometimes tell us when they were going to test. They had bomb cocktail parties in Las Vegas. A few hours later, we could see the clouds drift over, pinkish gray. There was a metallic taste in your mouth that came with it. If you were close enough, you could even pick up the smell of the burning yuccas and Joshuas. Always with the promises of there is no danger.
Ladies and gentlemen, we interrupt this program to bring you important news. Word has just been received from the Atomic Energy Commission that due to a change in wind direction, the residue from this morning's atomic detonation is drifting in the direction of St. George. It is suggested that everyone remain indoors for 1 hour or until further notice. There is no danger.
And down in there, you can see the mushroom clouds come up here. That's what the old people said. Sometimes they'd climb up on the hill and watch it. And they'd hear the big rumbling. And the old people didn't know what it was because nobody told them what fallout was and what's the big deal about these things.
As a teenager, I found it fascinating. Of course, that was before all my family members started passing away.
We'd have drills to practice for Russian bombs, but the recess bell would ring and we'd all be excused to run out and frolic in the fallout.
And then you kind of put two and two together and you go, wow, I think our government knew all along which way the wind was blowing.
Well, a downwinder is a person that lives downwind from the nuclear blast where the wind blows the radioactive cloud over top of them, which is, this area got a lot of those clouds over us. A lot of them. Government said, well, it's no big deal, it's not dangerous, it's so.
And did that end up being the case?
No, that didn't end up being the case. No, there's a lot of people that have cancer around here. A lot of people.
What's this K equals?
Oh, that's the equation for, quote, closure in a biological system. Which you can't ever have. Even on a universal scale, there's no perfect closure. You know, the famous Greek symbol with a snake eating its own tail in a circle. That's closure, and you can't ever get it. Just to remind myself that you're never going to get closure.